and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be kind of showing you what all I get up to when I am not at work. I work at a place that doesn't necessarily have a consistent schedule. Like, I'm not always working on very specific days of the week or at specific times. It will kind of change depending on whatever is needed during that week. And this week, I actually have 2 days back to back off. So I decided that I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a vlog of what I get up to in that time. When it comes to what I do on my days off, it is generally one side of a spectrum. Like, either I am at home and I'm resting and I'm doing nothing basically, or I have made plans for literally the entire day and I'm going to be out and about until well into the night. And today, when I'm starting this vlog, is going to be one of those slower days. And tomorrow will be a day where I have a bit more stuff actually planned out and doing stuff outside. For example, a couple of things I did before I even actually started vlogging was I took a shower, if you couldn't tell by the fact that my hair is wet. I also finished this book that I've been reading for a while now, and it was so good. It was genuinely I experienced the most insane emotional roller coaster in the last I want to say 10 chapters of this book, probably a little more, but oh my god, this is the first book in a trilogy, a pre-planned trilogy, and the next book doesn't come out until August, and I'm really trying to be patient. I'm really trying to be chill about it, but I need that second book now. Oh my god. I also made myself some lunch, which ended up being some ramen with some egg in it. And since I just finished my book and I'm not quite ready to dive into my next one yet, even though I am already thinking about which book I'm going to read next, but I'll get to that in a second. Since I just finished reading and since I'm going to be eating ramen, I think I am going to watch a couple of TV shows perhaps. I have been re-watching Bridgerton season 4, which you would know if you watched last week's video. So sorry about that. But I also recently started for the first time ever Bob's Burgers, because I always hear sound bits from it on TikTok and Instagram and that kind of thing. And I've seen a couple of clips from it before. I think it seems like a really funny show. So I started watching it a couple days ago and I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's very funny. I think it is very iconic. I personally am a huge lover and appreciator of animated series that are for adults. I think it's so much fun. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that so far. So I'm kind of trying to decide between those two. I am kind of leaning more towards Bob's Burgers though. But once I am done with my lunch, I think I am going to do some chores around the house. And then after that, I am hoping to do a little bit more reading today because I'm just in a very reading mood, which when I'm in those types of moods, I have to take full advantage of them because they come and go. They really do, unfortunately. After that, I think I am going to be having dinner with my family. So I'm not sure when exactly you and I will talk again, but I will make sure that I talk to you at least one more time tonight before tomorrow, because there's a couple of things going on tomorrow that I would like to kind of discuss before we actually get to tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eat my food and I will talk to you in just a bit. All right, so it has now been several hours and I did end up finishing all of my lunch while I watched a couple of episodes of Bob's Burgers, which again has been so good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I also ended up doing my chores, which of course, as it always does, went faster than I thought it would, because every time I put it off, I'm like, oh, it's gonna take so much time, that's why I'm putting it off. And then I do them and I'm like, oh my God, that literally took less than half an hour. That's crazy. So there's that. And then I started reading my next book, which is none other than The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. After watching the Off-Campus series, I decided that I needed to give this series one more try, because when I read the first book, in all honesty, I didn't really love it. I thought there were a lot of like cringy parts, and maybe that's just because it was written 10 years ago, so it has more like old slang or just like old ways of speaking, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna give it another try because I loved the show so much and I need something to like give me that fix that I'm missing now that we don't have more of the show. So hopefully I end up enjoying the second book more than the first one. I'm also admittedly mostly reading the series, or like trying to get into the series again, because I really want to get to Dean and Allie's story, because they're next season and they're book 3. So I've got to at least get to that. Though I have a feeling that if by the time I get to that book, I'm actually enjoying it, I will just end up reading the entire series. Also, admittedly, I am very intrigued by like the spin-off series that come along with this universe, like the Briar U. I know that there are a couple other ones that fall in the same generation and like group of people as this first series, but I also know that Elle Kennedy has been putting out some books recently that are like the children of the characters from these books. So I really want to get to those, if for no other reason than I am obsessed with the covers and I think they're very cute. But I'm also just very interested in some of the plots that I've seen, so I do definitely want to try to get to those. But yeah, like I said earlier, I am going to be making dinner with my family tonight, and they'll actually be here any minute for us to start doing that. So I think, despite what I said earlier about doing this little segment so that I could kind of let you know everything that me and Rachel will be doing tomorrow, I think I am just going to wake up like a little earlier and run through everything that we're planning to do. So I guess I will see you then. All right, so it is now the next day. I'm sorry that the lighting is like really bad. I obviously can't do anything about that since it's the sun, but I am currently on my way to get some drinks from a coffee cart that I absolutely love. I've talked about it countless times and have gotten it in countless vlogs, but they're called My Beans Coffee, and it's this cute little pink coffee cart that has like the most amazing chai I have ever had in my entire life. It's a cherry chai. So good. So I'm going to get that this morning, and I'm also going to get my mom a hot chai. And then as far as the plans for the rest of the day go, this morning that I'm filming is actually the day that role model tickets go on sale, like to the general public, and I forgot to sign up for the artist pre-sale like an idiot, so I have to try for general tickets. And honestly, depending on how much they are, I might not go for them, but me and Rachel have both expressed like interest in going, so we definitely both want to at least try. So I'm gonna take a look at that, see what it looks like. But we also are kind of holding out for the hopes that he will come to a city closer to us, because I think right now the closest he'll be is like DC, which is fine. It's not that far, but it's still a bit of a drive, and I personally would prefer if he would come a little closer to us, but you know, we can't always get what we want. So again, I'll be definitely taking a look. Then after that, I will be meeting Rachel at the mall, and we are gonna do some shopping, some looking around. I'm not sure if I'll be like shopping with the intention to buy, if that makes sense, but I am definitely going to be looking around, because who am I? to not look around at the mall, right? And then after that, I think we're gonna go to a bookstore and hang out there for a little bit and read, maybe do some chatting. I'm not entirely sure yet. But after that, we will be having movie night back at her place. So that is the current plan. Things may change, things may get moved around. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out as we go. So yeah, but I need to get back to keeping my eyes on the road, so we'll talk soon. So I am finally home again after a very long, very lovely day, and wanted to kind of go over everything that I ended up getting up to today. So like I was talking about originally, I ended up going to that coffee cart and getting myself and my mom a drink. It was so good. Genuinely like the best chai I have ever had, ever. And that sounds like insane, but it's true. And then I came home for a little bit and read in my book before I went out to meet Rachel at the mall. And we spent quite a bit of time there. We went to American Eagle, we went to Hollister, I think we went to Aerie, and there's one more that I cannot remember for the life of me. But I actually didn't end up getting anything. That's kind of probably why I'm having a hard time remembering all the stores we went to. I think Rachel got quite a bit of stuff. Very happy for her. I think that was a much needed shopping trip. And after that, we went out to Brightside Books and Wine, which is where I did most of my damage for the day. I ended up getting 3 books in total, all of which I have been like keeping my eye on for a while now. So it's not like I just walked in and randomly picked up 3 books like first glance. Like I have been waiting for these. Number 1 is I think the one that's been out for the longest time, but I've been specifically waiting for it to be out in paperback and just hadn't gotten around to buying it yet, is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Rachel was actually finishing up this book because I got her this book for her birthday and she had forgotten her book at home. So she used the copy that I bought to finish it and was like, this is so good. This was an amazing book. And I was like, yes, you need to read more Emily Henry because this is actually her first Emily Henry book, which I think is insane because I've read every single one of Emily Henry's book except for this one. And now it's next on my list. Next, I got Chase Me If You Can by Heather Francis. I have been waiting for any author to put out a storm chaser romance ever since we got Twisters in 2024. And when I saw that not only Heather Francis, but another author that I actually can't remember the name of, were both releasing books about storm chasers this year, I cannot even express to you the excitement that like filled my body. I have been waiting to get back into this like specific subgenre for so long. And I'm so ready. And the last book that I got was This Monster of Mine by Shalini. And I am not going to attempt to pronounce that last name because I feel like I will offend someone, but that is the author's name. I actually met her at Magic and Meet Cutes a couple of weeks ago, and she had just sold out of her book, so she didn't have any more copies, but she was kind enough to sign a little book plate for me to put at the front of the book later. And I have been waiting for this book specifically to be back in stock for so long. So I am very happy that it's back and that I finally have a copy to dive into. Oh my God, and I can't believe I forgot this, but I actually also got a signed book plate for Chase Me If You Can, which is so amazing. So amazing. And now I am actually about to head over to Rachel's place for movie night, but I'm going to get changed into some more comfortable clothes first because I'm currently wearing jeans and like a tank top, and I think I want to be wearing something a little more comfy. So let's get changed into that. So I have changed into my outfit for the night. It is another tank top, but it is a much more comfortable one. It's more of a like sportswear situation, and I have some just black joggers on. And I think tonight I am bringing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 and 3, and we're hoping to watch both movies tonight, I think. But if we only get to one, then it is what it is. This is really all I have planned for the rest of the night, but I think I will see you one more time before I wrap up this vlog. So I'll see you in probably a couple hours. All right, so I am now officially back home after watching 2 movies over at Rachel's house. We did end up getting to watch Spider-Man 2 and 3 with Tobey Maguire, and it was amazing, obviously. Actually, it was fun because we were laughing the whole time, but not because it was like funny, because it was bad. So there's that. But it's fine. It was still a lot of fun. We also got some ice cream like in between movies, which I have been craving for like a couple of days now, so that was genuinely perfect and amazing, and I'm just very happy that I got to do that. Now, I think there were a couple of things that happened throughout the day that I kind of forgot to bring up. For example, me and Rachel did not end up going for role model tickets. We are just going to hope that he comes to a city that's closer to us on the next leg of the tour. And if not, then maybe we'll consider going then, but just not right now. We're both kind of content with waiting it out. And another thing is that earlier I was talking about how I had read quite a bit in my book today, which is The Mistake by Elle Kennedy, in case you forgot, but I didn't actually tell you how much. And mind you, I started this yesterday. I am like 60% into this book, if I remember correctly from Fable. I truthfully expected to not really like this book as much, or just kind of like it the same amount that I did the first book, which again was not a lot. But this one, I'm like already liking a lot more, if you can't tell by the fact that I'm halfway through it in basically 24 hours. And I think that's basically it as far as everything that I did on my days off of work. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!